Hello, hello. It looks that we are live, and I'm just on time, Swiss time. Hello, hello. It looks that we are live, and okay. One just second. On time, Swiss time. Hello, hello. It looks that we are live. All right. Sorry, I was just in two platforms, so that should be fine right now. Great to be. Let me just check on my phone if everybody is here. Oh, we have Hassan. We were just. I hope I tell your name. I say your name correctly, and I know we will have a chat tomorrow. So you will definitely be able to tell me how I can pronounce your name. Yes, here I am, and I'm very happy to have you here participating. Some people will join us maybe later, and some will watch the replay. So if you watch the replay, I would appreciate in the comments you would just put hashtags and replay. That would be actually very nice. And I just need to check that I can see the comments, because it's always the same struggle as it is. You sometimes you do not see all the comments. Just give me 1 minute to make sure that we are on the right place. I don't want to miss any of the comment. So sorry if I look on the left-hand side. 1 second. I hope you are all doing well. You are all having a great day, and you had a good week. So I'm in Switzerland. The weather is fantastic. We didn't have such a great weather lately, but now we have a nice weather. It's warm again, so everybody will enjoy the weekend and going out. And so, right. Okay, so I can see that. It should all be good. Fantastic. All right. So we had a lot of new people joining the group in the last 10 days. And I've been quite active in promoting the group and talking about it, preparing the second part of the year, making sure that we would have also, enough content, enough things to say, making sure also that we will have very good subject to talk about. Hello, lovely, Mr. Clooney. All right, okay, about to sleep. All right, okay, so you will have the replay, but definitely if you are too tired, go to sleep, and because you will have the weekend to rest, and I would not be responsible for you not being able to sleep. So there was a lot happening in the last few weeks. Spent 3 weeks in Turkey. I would say it was a work and vacation at the same time, because everything was there to have a great, I would say, way to re-energize, to get new ideas, to follow some new courses, and to make sure that the second part of the year would be good. So actually, I think we have 2 different aspects in the group, even 3. If you would scroll back on the feed, you would see that we have done quite a number of interviews, chat with one of my good friend, Marco Gervasi, who is actually traveling right now. So he has been a friend for many years, and we all come from the scuba diving industry. That's where we were basically at home before. All right, and then we have, I would say, 1/3 of the members that are in the group that are coming from the Maldives. So I always say hello to the Maldives, because I'm very closely related to the Maldives, been working there several years. And these friends, or this group of friends, is more maybe inclined to scuba diving, to the tourism, resorts and things like that. But you will see that that's not a problem either. The second group that I would say is probably more related to affiliate marketing, organic marketing, online marketing, no matter if you have a product or no product, but people who have some experience, have done some, I would say, test, have started to engage with different programs, some with success, some with a lot of struggle. And definitely this is one part that we can help in this group. And I would say the third subject in that, which is bringing everything together, is the pure coaching. So it's not always about, you know, how you can get out of what you are doing and maybe find the, you know, the done for you system and find systems that will make you a millionaire overnight. I think people that are in this group have understood so far that this is not really possible, that, you know, there is we can say it's a scam. Everything that you do in a new field of competencies, no matter what it is, you need to bring some foundations into your knowledge. You need to know how to do things. Like if you learn a language, you need to learn the foundations of this language. If you play basketball and you want to make the great shot, you will have to train and rehearse. If you play piano or guitar, the same thing. You have always to go back to the basics and make sure that you actually rehearse all the time. So, but it all starts with the foundations, and the foundations can be super boring because it takes a little bit of time to get to the success that you want to have. So that's definitely one thing that people have to realize. So there is no fast success, but there is a fast track on how you can get to some success, obviously, if you make it more simple than complicated. So, and maybe coming back to the third part, which I've actually announced in one of the posts this week, saying that if you want to change something in your life, and I know that many people that I'm talking to recently in different continents, actually, I'm really international. I have the luck that I know people from everywhere, and I can speak a few languages. That helps as well. But you know, people in Australia are struggling. They are in a lockdown, which they don't understand. People in Europe, they probably will go back in the lockdown very soon if things do not change. And you have people in Asia are also in this situation. I was talking to people in Singapore, which is okay, but Malaysia is not. So you have so many different struggles that people are facing right now. Being in a lockdown is definitely not a nice situation. Being stuck at home is not a nice situation. And you have probably seen that I'm still traveling and moving around because I don't believe the news, first of all. And if you have a little bit of patience, you can still move and you can still have the life that you have decided to have if you take sometime a risk to have this type of life. So I decided at the age of 26 to say basically stop. I want to go out of this 9-to-5 situation. I want to do something where my values are related to freedom, and there are different types of freedom, but also related to something that motivates me. I want to bring something, I want to make an impact with people that are willing to change something and giving them the support that they need to have. So, you know, that's probably one of the things that I have been able to do all over my career. So to help people who had a vision, had a dream maybe, and they had this impossible goal. You know, you can have different goals, and you should all have goals and write them down and really revisit them from time to time to see if you are able to reach these goals, and have a list of things that you need to do to reach these goals. But having an impossible goal is something that is so special. You know, if you take, I don't know, take probably Elon Musk when he created Tesla, when he had this impossible goal of having this type of car. It was an impossible goal. You can take many big companies or visionaries, they had this type of impossible goal where everybody would have said it's impossible to reach. It could be, you know, the internet, it could be Amazon, whatever, you can take very big names, and that they all had a vision, they had an impossible goal, and they would never think it would be possible to do that. Let me just see the comment. India too soon. All right. Okay. Yes. How long have you been in affiliate marketing or coaching business? All right, let me reply to this question, David. So basically, I would say I've been in marketing all my life, but marketing was different. Marketing was more, I would say, an offline marketing. I started my career really in publicity. It was printed publicity, so that was already marketing. That's a few years back. Then I have been in an environment where basically I'm taking care of international business development. So that's all related to marketing, to brick and mortar businesses, to individuals who become entrepreneurs. And I've been leading a company with, I would say, 70 employees, which were spread also in different countries and managing them. So I've been through that. Now, I would say for the coaching part, I have always put a lot of value in coaching people in a way that they would not only learn about the opportunities that they have in front of their eyes that they may not see, but also give them the chance to realize their dreams. I can give an example. I have one day I employed a guy who was coming back from Egypt, and he was just a normal, tour guide. So basically doing a little bit of windsurfing and then getting the people from the airport to the hotel and meeting these kind of people and then enjoying life. He came and wanted a job, and everybody was against me giving him a job. I gave him a job. That was the first thing. The second thing, I gave him some goals and some tasks. So obviously to be on time to come to work. And he did that. So he had to align to the Swiss mentality, I would say. And after a while, we talked about his vision, what he would like to do. And he was a good PR person, so good in public relation, very open, extroverted, and so I gave him the chance to follow a school and about communication, and he succeeded in this school. He did a great job in the company that we were working together, and then we decided to split. He said, "I want to create my own company." He created a company which was doing the translation work. He started with basically creating a network of translators that would translate in any language. And fast forward a few years later, he sold this company for several millions. And now he's back to what he loved to do before. Basically, he's I would almost say he's a professional kite surfer, and he's not that young anymore. So he's traveling the world as well, and he's living the dream. So what he does, he basically also supports startup companies, and he did things like that. And he's also involved in marketing. So basically, I gave him the possibility to follow his dream by simply making sure that he would take the risk on going into his in his next version, in his next part of the life, taking the risk, making that step. What does it need to do? What is my impossible goal? So he realized that. So that's so. So basically, I have plenty of stories like that, but that was just one of the example. But so coaching has always been a big part of my career, and teaching as well. Even though when I was at school, my teacher said, "You will never be able to become a teacher." And actually, I've been in education and coaching all my life, I would say. So that's one part. Obviously, things change, methods change, way to find your way are also changing. So what I learned myself is that I was also needing a coach. So I'm still working with coaches. So actually, I have 2 coaches that I'm working with, and they always bring you forward in your life. And for the record, I'm not 39, I'm 61. So I'm really still learning. Every day, I take 1 hour per day at least to learn something new, whatever it is. And then obviously I try to implement it. Then the other part, you asked about marketing. Obviously, affiliate marketing is one part, but you have to be very clear on what you want to promote. First of all, you need to have these foundations, as I said, knowing the details of your offer. If you are not fully committed to the offer that you are able to promote, and you don't know all the details of this offer, then you miss something. That's one of the main pillars. Once you have your main offer created, it can be an affiliate product, but it could also be a product that you create by yourself. Maybe you create a program or whatever. So you have this first pillar, you have the offer. Once you have the offer, the second part, which is super important, is to define who should we invite for this offer? Who is my avatar? So you need to understand who is your client. Usually when you look at yourself, because maybe you invested in a program and in a course, then you can already start to define this avatar by looking at yourself. And that's what many people don't do. They just try to promote something without going to the basics. So the second pillar is definitely having defined your avatar. And then comes the marketing message. That's the first pillar. The marketing message will be what you are going to post, maybe on your Facebook personal page. And it will be linked to a marketing message. So now don't misunderstand me. I'm not telling you that you have to post something on Facebook, on your feed, and say, here's my offer, here's the link, click and buy. This will simply not work. The same, it will not work if you have a message like that in your Messenger conversation. So Messenger is done for conversation. I will go back to that. Basically, these three pillars are the most important ones. So once you have that defined, then you can start to work. Now you have to be very clear on what you want to do and what you want to promote. If you are still in doubt about where you want to go, or you are not clear about what I'm just talking about right now, then I would suggest you to just drop me a message, send me a private message. I will ask you maybe 2-3 questions just to get the context, and also to be able to share you the right insights, and maybe share some documents, some videos, some training that you can have. But definitely, where do we end up with that? We will have a conversation. And I think it's all start by that. I mean, you see me now live, and I'm not George Clooney, definitely not, but I'm a person that is there, and my vision, my value is always to be there for the person. I'm not here to sell you something and say, once I cash the money, I disappear. No, I have never been a hard seller. And that's, I don't even consider myself as a salesperson, even though you all have to sell something somehow, right? But you have to be convinced about what you do. You have to be passionate about what you do. You have to be motivated, and you have to motivate others. And once you are able to transmit that, and you have a really, I would say, an extraordinary conversation with extraordinary people, and you have that in a Zoom, it can be a start of a 10-15 minute situation call, where we basically talk about where you are at, what are your ideas, what is your vision, and from that we can do two different things. We can go in two different directions. We could say, okay, based on your wishes, if you say, okay, I want to be successful in affiliate marketing, and I want to know how to be successful, but maybe you are not convinced about the product you have, then of course there are some solutions, and I will help you in that. If you want to learn the foundations on that, and then be able to monetize these foundations, then definitely I will also be able to guide you in that. But it will be, an exchange of information. And obviously, if you are a good fit, if I'm a good fit, if we have this right connection, then we may go further or not. There is never a pressure of becoming a client or not. So that's really for everything. That's my reality. That's the way I see things. So definitely, if we talk about affiliate marketing or with a vision of creating your own program or your own product, it can be in different fields, obviously, then that's something we can definitely talk about. If you are in a situation, that would be the coaching part. If you are in a situation in your life that you are not happy with your job, but you do your job because you have maybe no alternative, or you think it's absolutely impossible to do any change, then maybe we can have a talk there as well. If you are a manager and you have some struggle with your team, motivating your team, things like that, we can also have a talk on that, because I have really a lot of experience in that. And I learned that as well during my experience as a CEO, so that's not a problem, because there are many ways to work with teams. But I would say that the first important part is that you have to be happy in what you do. And if you are seeking for freedom, and freedom can be in different parts. It can be financial freedom. It can be freedom because you want to travel when maybe it's more easy than now. But maybe freedom can be to have more time with your kids, with your wife, your husband, and you don't know how to basically go with that, or maybe you don't know how to really deal with something that is deeper in you that maybe you are not able to find. At that moment, we can also have a discussion. And here I really invite the people that are watching that you can definitely book a time with me. We can have absolutely a non-binding call. It's absolutely fully for free. And hopefully I can give you some insights and help you finding maybe the right solution. If after we decide that something would be interesting to continue I would say the journey together, then obviously we can always do that. But I think the most important part is first to have a great conversation. This great conversation will open your eyes. And once you have your eyes open, maybe you will see, all right, this is something that I want to do. And maybe you have enough after this first conversation. And that would be absolutely fantastic. Yes, as already booked, I will be very happy to talk to you tomorrow. And I will not come with a long sheet of questions and so on. I think what people are missing in this all online marketing business or affiliate marketing business is that they miss the point that you need to have a conversation. That's why I always try to have a Zoom conversation with any one of you, instead of having a cold call without having the possibilities to see each other, because I want to be real for you, but I hope you want to be real for me too. So the moment you do that, you can do that virtually, and that's fantastic, because we have all this technology that allows us to really to meet people from all over the world. I started today my day by talking with a person in China that I coached, and I had a person in Malaysia, another person in Malta, and then in Switzerland, and in Mallorca. So actually I made a world tour today, which is quite fantastic. Then we had a group call with another group, and one guy was in Australia. It was 2 in.the morning for him. He's always present. One other person was in Russia. The third person was in Switzerland as well, and plus me. So we were 4 people exchanging some great ideas, some great subject, and always without having any pressure from the group, because when you do things like that, you want to have this open type of conversations. So that's how I work. That's how I am in real life. So I have been traveling a lot, and due to the situation, you have to adapt and meet people online. And I think this is somehow fantastic. Now, of course, if I can have a coffee with you somewhere, even if I'm not Mr. Clooney, then I will have this coffee. And I will really be super happy to have, you know, I love to shake hands and to have this this type of relationship, which for me right now sometimes is also difficult. All right, so let me see. We had, I will not miss any question here. Well, lovely. If I can share some knowledge, I'm always very pleased. So I want freedom to do everything I desire, play sports, playing instrument, dancing, learn magic tricks, and many more. All right. And well, let's have this extraordinary conversation. Send me a message, we find a time, and we will dig into it, and I will check because I love to do this one-to-one as well. The group is fantastic, but I want to have also this type of group, which is something that I wanted to say also at the start, that if you watch the replay, and I announced that in my conversations today, what we can do definitely is I share the link. We can have a Zoom call with different people online. So it's not only me talking to me, to myself and watching the screen, but definitely that's something that I want to do for everyone who is open to that. So Loveline, you are welcome to book that. I said, how long did it took you to be successful in online business? To be honest, I started to be interested in online marketing 2 years ago, about 2 years and 2 months ago. And at the start, I didn't really know what I was searching. My idea there was really to say, okay, I'm traveling a lot, and I want to prepare also, I would say, my retirement, even though I don't feel to have to be retired, to be honest, because I love what I do. And you will know that while you will start to continue to learn more things about me. I'm a passionate person and positive and happy in life. So, but I was thinking, okay, traveling so much is quite nice, but sometimes you want to slow down a little bit and take time to enjoy, maybe traveling more for fun, right? Instead of doing meetings and things like that, which I've been doing a lot. So that was my first move. So researching what is new in this world of marketing, what is changing, because I had really no clue about online marketing. You know, things are different, and I was thinking between normal marketing and online marketing that there would be so much similarity. Well, it was not. I had to go back to basic, learn from the scratch, and really learn a lot. Now, I made a few mistakes. I started with a German guy. I bought his courses, and that was a total failure. It was not cheap. I would say every course I have learned. I would not say that I didn't learn. Even if it is only one thing that you learn, you have to take at least this thing that you learn. But it was definitely not what was promised. I even went to Munich and was in a large event with 500 people, and you know, you get out super pumped and you think this is the great things to do. But then it was a course with numerous videos, and so you watch videos after videos and you still don't know what you have to do. The second coach or guru or whatever you name it that I took in this marketing journey was another guy in America. I decided to switch from one language to the other, and I realized that all was based on building Facebook page, so Facebook business page. And if you have a Facebook business page today, I can tell you, if you don't put a lot of money, invest a lot of money in publicity, in Facebook ads, it will simply not work. I have a Facebook page, a business page that I did at that time with 33,000 people. Well, if I post something and I have one comment because somebody by chance will see that and Facebook will show it, then that's already a miracle. So it's simply not working. So basically the guy was selling wind because Facebook had already 4 years ago started to shift away from Facebook business pages without advertising, meaning if you don't invest the money, Facebook will simply not show anything to anyone. So that was a loss of investment. So, but at least I learned how to do some ads and how to segment and so on. And then it took some time, and you come to a phase, you see, oh, a shiny object. You say, okay, that could be interesting. It seems everything is done for you. You just have to, to create an account, and basically you will be. It was not even about making a lot of money immediately, but you probably have seen that. You see something, and then you realize, wow, this is fantastic. You just pay a fee, and then you make money overnight. That's not possible. That's not working. Everybody who is saying that it will work is just a liar, and it will simply not function. And usually these kind of people, they after a while they disappear. They are not there. It's like with, I'm not a crypto fan, and the same thing. That's in my opinion. So, but that's my personal opinion. So I made some steps like that, and it was a time that I realized, okay, that's absolutely not for me. Either I stop completely, or I find really the right way. And the right way, and this is the only way that I can tell you today, it's you have to find a person or a program which is having a coaching system. No matter what, and we are talking not about personal coaching, but we are talking about coaching for making money online in a consistent and predictable way. So how is that working? It's very simple. If you have a program and you have to watch hundreds of videos, and you cannot start immediately to implement something, and you have to talk to a coach and he's never there, then you will not be successful, and you will be demoralized, you will be depressed, because you have invested money and you realize, wow, I still don't know how to do it. So a lot of the clients that are coming either to me or to the program that I'm also working with are people that have not been successful with other programs. Why is that? Because, look, I'm 61, so there are people that are younger than me, younger than me, and actually the youngest partner or person in our group is 16 years old. And so you can see the difference. And actually it was him bringing me into this program. But basically, when you have a question, you may be super fancy in all the technical solutions and so on, and you know everything, you need to have funnels, you need to do this and that. All that is, excuse my French, BS, bullshit. It's not needed at all. What you need is your personal Facebook profile. That's the first thing that you need to have. The second thing that you may add to it is a group, like I have now, and I'm starting to be more active with the group because I realized something changed, and we can talk about that in a different session. And maybe you may add Instagram because you like Instagram, whatever. But basically, the Facebook profile is where you need to be. Facebook gives you a tool for free, it's Messenger. And with Messenger, you can communicate with people, have real conversation. And maybe you use Zoom like I use right now. And that's it. You don't need any fancy thing. You just need to be you and need to use tools that will be giving you the opportunity to get leads, make sales, connect with people, etc. So that's what I say. Having a coach changed my life. And I would say in this marketing field, in this affiliate marketing field, it changed my life in December. Beginning of December last year, I had made a few sales here and there, but it was not enough. It was not covering by far the investment I had done over 2 years. But in December, I had this aha moment. I met a coach. I went through a little challenge. I had a personal conversation with that coach. It's a lady, and I was absolutely not willing to invest in any other program. She asked me a few trigger questions, and she didn't want to sell me anything. It was really a conversation, a very nice conversation where I learned more in 45 minutes that I learned in 1.5 years, to be honest. And then I obviously joined that program. And since then, I have been making consistent sales, consistent commissions, and I have been learning all the time. But what was the biggest change is when I have a question, when I'm stuck in front of my computer and I want to write a post and I don't know what to write, or I have a messenger conversation and I don't know what to write in that messenger conversation, I have a question. So I want to ask somebody, and this somebody should reply to me now, or let's say in a time frame that is acceptable. If you have, I was in a program where you had coaching once per week, and it was said you can ask a question. That was 3 a.m. for myself because the guy was in Australia. Impossible. You are not fresh at 3 a.m. So I would send my question, and he would never treat my question. So you wait for a week to have an answer that is not even giving. So that was very frustrating. Now, when you have the opportunity to talk on a daily basis with or via messenger or via a live call, a coaching call, things are changing. And you get your answers and you get your way to move further. And that's what really changed a lot. And that was the big change. So if I would say, I would start again today, I would research who is a great coach. I would research who has really proven success in a way that the person is there when you need, not only having maybe some people that are not the main coach and so on. So that's what I would research. And that's why I'm really happy to share any insight of myself here. And I think this is what is important. And it always depends on the direction you want to go. Maybe you want to go in the direction that this coach, this particular program is not appropriate for you. That's what I would like to tell you. Don't make any mistake. Don't make any decision that will impact your future, maybe your financial situation. So you have to be very careful. So let's see. Chandrani, welcome. Good to go. John needs to. All right. Okay. Thank you. You want to book a private Zoom? Just send me a private message in Messenger. That's perfectly fine, and I will come back to you. Hassan, what would you suggest to a person who wants to make money online but is financially broke? That's I would say it's a tough one, but it's a question that you have to probably that we will have in our conversation, definitely. But look, many people are broke today. And I'm working with people, I've been working with people from India, from Bangladesh, from the Maldives that, if the quality of life, the currency and so on, it's all not always the same. And you know how it can fluctuate and how different it can be. What is important is that you need to be ready, first of all, to invest in yourself. And it's in time, in willpower, willing to be consistent, to learn, because the whole game using the organic marketing is to be very consistent. You cannot say, I don't want to do it today, I will do it tomorrow, and tomorrow becomes the day after, and maybe next week or next month. 97 to 98% of the people who are starting this online marketing or affiliate marketing journey, they quit after 2 weeks, between 2 weeks and 6 months, I would say, because they are not successful, because they don't have the consistency and they don't have the willpower to really have the energy to do it every day. Now, do you need to work 10 hours a day to do that? No, you need at least 1 hour per day. If you are consistent and you do 1 power hour per day and very focused, 100% focused, not, doing some messenger conversation and at the same time watching a YouTube movie, that will not work. You have to be 100% there with your head and everything. So this is the first question. Now, if you are in a learning phase, obviously, I would say you learn for 1 hour and you implement for 1 hour. But this will take maybe a few weeks, but you need to have something that gives you the opportunity to learn and implement right away, step by step. We take you by the hand, and this is how you do it. That's the way. Now, you need to invest, you are broke, etc. Many people are broke, but there are always solutions. I think the question you have to ask yourself, and this has no impact of having a conversation with me on a private basis, but you need to be ready to invest in yourself for your personal development, not for a done-for-you tool that will not do the work for you, but if you invest in yourself for your future, and there are always solutions, but this is what you need to be ready to do. And the personal investment in your personal development is what will bring you further in life, no matter what you do. So does it need to be a sum that is completely impossible? No, absolutely not. If we would talk about the coaching program, you have coaching programs that cost you $50,000, up to $100,000, even more sometimes. And people are paying that. Is that something that is necessary? No, you can learn a lot of things by yourself. The question is always, if you want to sell, if we talk now affiliate marketing, and if you want to sell a product that has a certain value, let's say $1,000, $2,000, and you have not invested a dime into your personal development, then your clients, your potential leads, your hot leads, they will feel that, they will sense that, they will, you have to be able to watch yourself in the mirror. You need to be this authority that people will believe in. If you are not able to, if you are not investing in yourself, people will notice that. So now again, by having a conversation and defining where and what is possible, in which direction, and so on, we may always find solutions. And I'm always the first one trying to help to find a solution. I'm not going to finance you, because this type of request I get tens a day, and no, that's not the solution. And there is a proverb that says you need to learn to fish and not to get the fish. So that's the same thing. All right. Okay. Well, I would say I would like to stop from there. I hope that you got something out of this conversation, out of this call. It was not really a conversation because I'm talking to myself. If you watch the replay again, just put #replay. If you have questions, come back with questions. If we want to book this private conversation with me, just do it. Send me a message. We'll schedule a time. And apart from that, I will check. Probably we will go definitely once per week live, but then the day may change. I'm going to travel next week. But Friday is the day, but I would like to do it midweek or something like that. I just need to organize myself, and we will have once a week, at least even twice a week if possible. And bring your question, join me on the call, and let's have some conversations, some real conversations. That would be absolutely pleasant. Having said that, I wish you a wonderful weekend, and thank you everyone who has joined the group and will start to see things. I'm going also to create a messenger group conversation so I can announce when I go live, and we have probably a better way to have a communication. So I'm going to send that and ask your permission, but it's always important to ask permission. And I wish you a good evening, good night, and thank you for joining me. See you soon. Bye-bye. Ciao.